justice. Huh? All right. So thank you for everybody for coming. This is our 7th week, 7th Saturday in a row. Let's hear up for that. So 7th Saturday, we have hundreds and hundreds of people coming together. Yes or yes?
Yes!
This is the thing I want you to do for today. When I say yes or yes, everyone says yes. Yes?
Yes!
Okay, got it. So this is our 7th Saturday in a row. Hundreds and hundreds of people coming together. So do we have a pandemic or what? No. We're gonna learn that one too.
Pandemic over there!
I know, right? So I'm sure everyone's seen the news with thousands and thousands of people marching the streets around the world. Yes or yes?
Yes!
So the pandemic is over. Yes or yes?
Yes!
Got it. So the few things I want to discuss today. There's a lot of news coming out which is very, very exciting. And this is what I shared even last week, and I'm going to bring it up again. And I want to really acknowledge, first of all, everyone coming here today. Please give yourself a round of applause. Everyone. Everyone here today is showing a true leadership in a time when that's so required. The leadership is important. Lamont is getting the crowd. I love it. Thank you, Lamont. Give it up for Lamont. So we have so many people coming together. Everybody's volunteering their time. Please understand, everyone has family, everyone has kids. Whoever still have some job going on, that's great. But everybody's coming here together for one cause. To end the lockdown, to get our normal life back, and end all this BS. Yes or yes? All right. So the good news are coming out. Like I mentioned last week, the leader of the Vaccine Shares of Canada actually said the whole movement tripled in within the last Corona time right now, which is, let's applaud for that. The Kill Gates, I'm going to call him Kill Gates, is actually scared now because he's actually had to move the trial of the vaccines from England to Brazil because the virus is disappearing. They can't even test the effectiveness of vaccines anymore, which is a joke, right? Unfortunately for Brazilian people, they have to fight the fight right now, not to be guinea pigs for kill baits, right? Yes or yes? Yes. Exactly. So the news are coming out from Germany. The news are coming out from actually United States. There was one article I shared yesterday. The virus is really going down. And there was a statistician in Israel actually calculated this 2 months ago. He said specifically that this virus, doesn't matter where it is, has one peak. It peaks at 6 weeks and it goes down after 8 weeks. And this is exactly what we see. It doesn't matter how many new tests we're trying to push on people. The infection rate is under 2%. Again, when you test over 20,000 people and you have less than 400 people with actual cases, that means the infection rate less than 2%, right? Did we get that? Yes or yes? And then as we all learned, the survival rate from this virus, so out of even the people that have this virus, the survival rate is 99.8%. Let's all say it again. 99.8% survival rate. Yes or yes? I love it. Now, of course, we all have seen the hypocrisy of our government in the last few days, where they talk down on us here fighting for the freedoms for Canadians and for the whole world, and then at the same time now, they're saying they're not going to ticket people protesting the atrocities that are happening with police force, which is a vital course for sure. But I'm sorry, if you're going to forbid people coming together in playgrounds, in funerals, in birthday parties, but you have no problem coming together, and as a leader of countries and places, you're going to have hundreds and hundreds of people surrounding you, no social distancing, as we know JT did yesterday. I call him Dictator JT, hashtag Dictator JT, let's get that going. Hashtag Dictator JT must go. So let me get this straight. This virus is so serious, you're going to suspend the democracy in this country, where you're not allowed 338 people to come together, but you have no problem, hundreds and hundreds of people surrounding you at the protest. Can we see how fake this all is? This is why the hashtag scamdemic has to be really created and spread. I've been putting hashtag scamdemic for the last month plus now. Not because the virus is not real, not because the people are not dying from this virus. Unfortunately, there's definitely people dying from it. It's the same risk population like with a regular flu. Yes or yes? Yes! And at the same time, we didn't do any of these measures for regular flu. So if we're not doing any of these measures for regular flu, we're definitely not doing for this virus. Yes or yes? Yes! Exactly. So a few things also I want to bring up. Again, the Hugs of a Mask is the initiative is not just about the mask. For me, Hugs of a Mask encompasses the whole BS that they're trying to put on us. The new norm that's been talking for the last 3 months. This is what Hugs of a Mask encompasses. We're not gonna accept it. We will reject the new normal. We're not gonna allow our children to be subjected to the concentration camps that they're already creating. We have people from Quebec that unfortunately already were subjected to these concentration camps. The teachers in the schools are so tired trying to manage all these BS regulations on children. The children are suffering psychological and physiological damages for being subjected to constant sanitation, sanitizers being used, washing their hands all the time, not being able to play with their kids. Like, please understand, how is that even allowed from a child abuse standpoint? And they actually want to study now the effectiveness of social distances with kids. Let me help you save some money. Do not study social distances. It's all fucking BS. So, again, please understand, when I'm at public like this with this shirt on, a transit and everything, and I'm giving out the flyers, and we have a whole box of flyers here today to reject the new norm. So when you go into the stores and you're saying you're not allowed to enter the store with a mask, without a mask, you show me the flyer that we have. It says specifically that I have a medical condition, I'm not going to be wearing the mask, and you're not allowed to ask me this question. Yes or yes? Yes! I'm fired up today. Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough! All right. So Hugs of a Mask is the initiative. The Fearless Ontario, we were here on Tuesday and Wednesday when the Parliament was in session. And I think every single person that showed up here on Tuesday and Wednesday, on Tuesday we had about 100 people. People came and go, that's fine. On Wednesday we had probably about 70, 80 people. The idea was to be right at the front of the legislation as we were sitting down. Now, if you don't know what happened on Tuesday and Wednesday, first of all, they had a vote to discuss whether or not they're going to extend the lockdown. We all know about that. Now, let me give you something very important that actually most people don't even know. They voted secretively. They did not record the vote. And the amendment that the only MPP, independent MPP, Randy Hillier, tried to put an amendment into that statute to allow transparency. That we actually will have an opportunity to ask our government, why are you doing these measures? Please show us real data and science behind justifications for these unnecessary measures. Guess what happened? They voted that down, and there was not recorded vote. So we can't even hold accountable the people that didn't want to be transparent with us and didn't want to be held accountable. What kind of democracy is that? Please understand, when those people calling us irresponsible, those people calling us not having integrity, those people need to look in the mirror. Yes or yes? This government will resign over the atrocious measures they were taking. People are dying because the surgeries are cancelled. Again, over 52,000 necessary medical procedures were cancelled right away as soon as the emergency order went into place. Extra 12,000 procedures every single week were added to that. We're talking about cancer surgeries. We're talking about heart disease. We're talking about screening for different health issues. People coming to me, people sending me messages like to Randy Healer, that they're crying. They're actually dying because they're not able to get proper medical health because of the they created over 10,000 beds, the hospitals are empty, and there's no surge. In the whole province of Ontario, of over almost 50 million people, we don't even have 1,000 people in the hospital with this virus. What a disaster is this? Amazing. Like, it's a hoax. It's crazy. Like, I'm speechless when thinking about it. So this is what we need to do, guys. Today we're celebrating the life. We're going to be back at the Parliament every time they're going to be sitting. So they're skipping the sitting. They're skipping the sitting this week. So we'll be back the following week, making sure that they can hear us. This is what we all must do. Every single person here, I can't see Colin, but Colin created a mailing list and a letter that we all have to flood all the MPPs, guys. The email, they don't even going to look at it. They're not going to open. We all must have a mail campaign. We need to have thousands and thousands of letters going to all the MPPs and the federal government, expressing our disgust over this disaster that's created in this company. The government wants to blame COVID for economic atrocities that's happening right now in our country. The government doesn't want to take responsibility for collateral deaths. The government doesn't want to take responsibility for economic disaster that's being created now. In Canada, we now have over 13% unemployment rate. Are you kidding me? Like, come on. This is so dangerous. The economic ramifications will leap into the social and life issues. People committing suicide, people are depressed, people's lives are completely being destroyed. And they're still thinking about opening small businesses. All small businesses must open now. Please understand, and I'm going to give Chris to talk about the small businesses, but we want to have a network, not just for businesses that want to open. Then the network of businesses that are going to open with normal life. Because having 25% capacity requirement so you can do social distancing BS, that's not going to save any business. All that's going to do is going to give you false hope, so then you're going to be suffocated later anyway. And we're not going to allow that to happen. Yeah. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Love you all. Stay healthy. Here's Kelly.
That's Vlad, everybody. Hugs over mask. Hugs over mask.